lórúkọ ètò náà. Let's talk traditional wedding. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó bọ̀ ní lọ́gbọ́n. Let's talk traditional wedding. Ṣé ti gbọ́? Ètò Let's talk traditional wedding ló lọ lọ́wọ́. Kí lórúkọ ètò náà? Let's talk traditional wedding. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó bọ̀ ní lọ́gbọ́n. Let's talk traditional wedding. Every Tuesday on Instagram, every Tuesday on Facebook, 6 p.m. UK time, every Tuesday on Facebook. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó fúnni lóye. Let's talk traditional wedding. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó fúnni lóye. Let's talk traditional weddings. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò yìí, ẹ̀yin tèmi nílé lóko lẹ́yìn odi. Mo kára lé, mo kérò ọ̀nà, mo kọ́kùnrin, mo kóbìnrin, mo kọ́mọdé. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo kí àgbàlagbà wípé ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò wa, ètò yín, ètò kan náà. Gbogbo wa mọ̀ sí ètò ìgbéyàwó. Let's talk traditional weddings and more with Meettheroyals. Àmọ́ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìṣe wa lórí ètò yìí kó tó di pé aṣọ nǹkan ṣe rí pé ẹ kájúbà ọba kọ́dá ayé, ọba ṣẹ̀dá ọ̀run, ọba àná, ọba ẹ̀ní, ọba títí ayérayé kọrin kése ẹlẹ́bùrú ìkẹ́. Ọba tó tó nípa tó kọ̀ tí ò pa ní tó ṣe bó ṣe ló ń pa ni mọ́. Father Lord, we are grateful for the gift of life. Ìwòyí ìjẹjọ ládágbére àní à ń lọ kábọ̀. Ẹ̀yin adániwáyé jẹ́ kó túṣe fún èmi Olúwabùnmi aya Òṣìbẹ̀rù. Tí gbogbo ayé mọ̀ sí Meettheroyals alága dúró alága ìjókòó MC olóòtú ètò ìgbéyàwó Wigoli Tọ́gà. Ẹ jẹ́ kó ṣe fún mi láti tún débi láyé láyé àti láyé rere mi. Ẹ tún jẹ́ kó ṣe fún mi láti bá gbogbo àwọn ẹni bí ènìyàn béèyàn tí wọ́n wà lórí ètò yìí. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n bá wọn láyé láyé àti láyé rere. Mi ò ro fáyọ̀ bí òṣọpẹ́. We are grateful for the gift of life. Thank you for sparing my life. Thank you for sparing the life of these amazing people that are here with me on this show. Thank you so much, everybody, for turning up for another beautiful episode of your favorite show, Ètò Ìgbéyàwó. Let's talk traditional weddings and more. A tún fẹ́ fi àsìkò yìí náà dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn iléeṣẹ́ tí wọ́n ṣagbátẹrù ètò yìí o. Pàápàá jùlọ iléeṣẹ́ kan náà gbòógì, iléeṣẹ́ Chorus Jewels and Laces tí wọ́n ti wá di Jẹ̀lẹ́ńkẹ́ Duchess. A dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín fún àdúró tí yín ní gbogbo ìgbà, lọ́sàn-án lóru ní gbogbo ìgbà. Iléeṣẹ́ Jẹ̀lẹ́ńkẹ́ Duchess níbi tí wọ́n ti ń ṣe aṣọ ìyàwó, tìyá ìyàwó lẹ́fẹ́ ni, tí bàbá ìyàwó lẹ́fẹ́ ni. Ohunkóhun tẹ́ bá fẹ́ ó wà ní iléeṣẹ́ Jẹ̀lẹ́ńkẹ́ Duchess. Please contact them for everything. It's your one-stop Owambe. Yeah, one-stop Owambe shop where you can shop for everything and anything you need for your traditional wedding, your white wedding, or whatever. You know, any Owambe that you want to do. Thank you, Jẹ̀lẹ́ńkẹ́ Duchess, for your support. We are so grateful. And mo ti fẹ́ fàsìkò náà dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ iléeṣẹ́ Lizelle Fabrics all the way from Dallas, Texas. Thank you, Lizelle Fabrics, for your support. We appreciate you. I also want to appreciate the amazing First Rate Global in Nigeria for your support. Thank you. If you're looking for building materials, you're looking for block, you're looking for somebody to help you get your landed property around Ogun State, especially around Remo, Shagamu, please contact First Rate Global. Also, we want to appreciate the amazing Celebration International Magazine. Celebration International Magazine. Thank you so much for your support week in, week out. We are super grateful. Thank you so much. And for the amazing people that already joined me on this show, I really do appreciate you. Thank you for coming. If you're new here today, we welcome you on the show. This is a show where we talk about traditional marriages in Nigeria, the weddings, the ceremony itself, the marriage itself. We talk about marriage, we talk about home, we talk about everything that has to do with marriage, home, family, and lifestyle, especially in regards to Nigerian traditional marriage. God bless you. So if you're getting married to a Nigerian, or you know someone that is getting married to a Nigerian, or you know someone that is, interested in Nigerian culture, please tell them that we are here. I want to appreciate the amazing people that have already joined me. God bless you. Okay, before we go into today's topic, let's go to play our music as usual. God bless you, everyone. Thank you for those who are already saying hi to us. We appreciate you. All right, let's go. Let's go to our music before we bring up our topic for today. Okay, let's go. Join together, let no man put us under. Join together, let no man put us under. Let's go. Call everybody, the show has started though, guys. Ìgbéyàwó ó gba gudugudu méje o. Ọkọ ìyàwó tọ́jú bàtà rẹ̀. Ṣé bí wọ́n ìyàwó? Let's go. Wọ́n tán kọ́ rẹ̀. Oúnjẹ lásìkò, ọbẹ̀ lásìkò, bóyá oṣù lásìkò, ìbíjẹ lásìkò. Ohun tá a bá ṣe fẹ́ lọ́mọ ẹ̀rọ ń gbé. Orúkọ tá a bá sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́mọ jẹ́. Gbogbo wa la máa gbọ́dọ̀ tó. Ó yá ṣọ́dẹ̀. Ṣe jẹ́jẹ́, dákú ṣe jẹ́jẹ́, ọkọ ìyàwó ṣe jẹ́jẹ́, ṣe bíbọ ìyàwó ṣe jẹ́jẹ́, ọkọ ìyàwó ṣe jẹ́jẹ́, ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Ẹni bá máa ṣègbéyàwó, a ṣe gudugudu méje. Ìgbéyàwó ó gba gudugudu méje. Ó ṣe. Ẹni bá máa ṣègbéyàwó, a ṣe gudugudu méje. Ó ṣe ìyàwó sí ìgbéyàwó ó gba gudugudu méje. Joyful noise ṣe ilé ọkọ ilé ẹ̀kọ́ ni. Má ṣe gbéraga. Torí ìgbéraga ìgbé ní ìṣọ̀lẹ̀ o. Your favorite song. I want you to listen to this part, everybody. Ìyá rẹ̀ ní ṣe. Ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Ìyàwó ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Ọmọ ń bọ̀. Ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Ìbejì. Ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Ìbẹ́ta. Ṣe jẹ́jẹ́. Wọ́n gẹ́gẹ́. Join together. Join together. Sisi ewa ne mo ki re. Ṣé lówó ni mo rí ẹ? Ṣàbàtà ni mo rí ẹ. Olówó ti bẹ̀ ṣe. Àdìgbà ló ti láyé. Oṣù bí fẹ́ láyé. Ṣọpẹ́ orí ìwẹ̀ olúwa làbá ṣe. Ìyàwó. Tọ́jú àyà rẹ̀. Ṣé bí wọ́n ìyàwó? Ó yá, let's go. Wọ́n tọkọ rẹ̀. Okay, we need to stop the music because if you play it for too long, Instagram is going to stop us. I think we are only allowed 3 minutes or 5 minutes or thereabout nowadays. If you play the music for too long, it's going to put this live to stop. I think that's their own their new rule. So please bear with me that I couldn't play that music for longer, even though it's one of my favorite songs. I love it so much. I love every word of it. For those that are greeting us and saying well done, I want to one glory for I want to one kiwa. Thank you so much. I want to appreciate everybody. Thank you, Midday. Thank you, Stick, everybody. Elizabeth Odeja, you mommy. Hey. Good evening, ma. I'm so grateful. I'm so glad to have you on this show, ma'am. God bless you. I've got Joyful Noise, Bombastic, Olori, one and only. Thank you so much, everybody. Midday, please, if you know anyone that will normally be on this show and they are not here tonight, please do me a favor. Remind them that the show has started. A lot of people normally forget. They will say, but please remind people. And I want everybody to please help me appreciate Mommy Odeja you on this show. Thank you so much, man. I feel so honored to have you on this show. I don't take this for granted. Thank you so much, Mommy. Okay, guys, let's go to today's topic, ladies and gentlemen. As I always say to us, I come here every week to come and learn. I always bring my paper and pen to write with. So I'm here to learn. I'm not here to tell us this is how to do it. I'm going to be sharing my little knowledge about the topic of tonight, and I will expect you as well to share your knowledge about tonight's topic. Because it's a very universal one. It's something that has to do with everybody. This is something that can either make or mar a marriage. And I'm sure some of us have seen the topic already. I sent it to us, but I'm going to read it out so that we can all discuss it and have a conversation. Please do me a favor. Make sure you have something to say while I'm, because sometimes people just keep quiet. And towards the end, people start, talking. Thank you, Kemosi, for appreciating Mama Deja for me. God bless you. Tonight's topic is talking about navigating the challenge with the difficult parent-in-law in marriage. Navigating the challenge that comes with difficult parent-in-law
in marriage. We all know that there's a saying in Yoruba. I'm not even sure whether that saying is good or not. Where they will say, "Ọmọ burúkú ṣe fẹ́, àna burúkú ò ṣe fẹ́." Òwe yẹn. Oníbòye máa ń ṣe mí lára. I don't even know which one I want to go for. I think we did discuss something about that some time ago about ṣé ọmọ burúkú ni kéèyàn choose ni àbí àna burúkú. I don't think any of them is good. But sometimes it's not even about the fact that it's bad. Maybe I should interpret the meaning of that proverb for those of us who probably don't understand Yoruba. They said it is easier for you to manage a bad spouse than it is to manage a bad in-law. Yeah. So that's what that proverb says, that you probably be able to cope with having a bad, parent-in-law. I mean, no, a bad spouse. Then it will be for you to cope with I don't know, shall I show you? And then it will be easy for you to cope with bad spouse. Or I remember we had a conversation here some time ago, it's been a while, when we discussed that ewu gogolo daju méjèèjì ṣé àna burúkú ni àbí ọmọ burúkú. And I think at the end of that conversation, we had a serious long conversation, back and forth. And I think at the end of the day, we actually said no. None of them is good. Àtọmọ burúkú àti àna burúkú, none of them is good. But on this note, I want to tell us that sometimes it is not even about being bad. Sometimes some parents are just difficult. They're just tough. They just have these law rules that guide them. And then you come into that family, you're not used to that kind of lifestyle, or you're not used to that kind of law, or you're not brought up that same way or with that kind of routine. Then they seem to be difficult. So tonight, I'm not going to generally say bad. That's why I was careful in not using the word bad parents-in-laws. I decided to use the word difficult parents-in-law. So we're going to be looking at this now. If anybody encounter difficult parents-in-law before marriage, maybe you got to know before you get married. Let me start by asking, what are the things that you can see in a parents-in-law that can make you think that they're going to be difficult to deal with? For example, I think all of us should just put ourselves in a position of a potential bride or groom. You're about to get married. And when I'm saying parents-in-law, please, it's not just the parents of the groom. It's not just the Leoko parents. Because I noticed that anytime we're discussing stuff like this, people always think, I want your koyen, I want your koyen oda. No. We need to stop stereotyping. Sometimes some men are also finding it challenging dealing with their mothers-in-law, their fathers-in-law. So it's not just about parents of the Oko alone. So please, people, I can see there's quite a number of people online. Please do me a favor. What would you say as someone that is about to get married? Maybe you see they call some things red flag or whatever they call it. It's not just in the spouse that you're about to marry. If you're with me tonight online, I want to see. Please say something. What would you see in a parent of a potential spouse that will make you count them as difficult? Remember, I'm not really saying bad. That could make them think that they are difficult. If you can hear me on this show, some people, I went somewhere last week and somebody saw me and said, "Hey, Auntie ETO IGBEYAWO." I'm like, you know me? She said, "Yes, I know you. I always watch your show." I'm like, "What's your name?" She mentioned, and I said, "I've never heard you talk." She said, "We are the silent observer." Don't be a silent. Don't be a silent observer, people. This show is a give and take kind of show. It's a conversational. Let me put it that way. It is not something that I can do by myself. It means that you have to talk and I have to talk. That's what makes it interesting. If I'm here talking by myself, then I will be looking like at myself as if I'm a lecturer or I'm a teacher of some sort. No, I'm not. Like I said, I'm here to learn. Please say something if you know anything. What would you see in a parent-in-law that will make you tag them as difficult? What would you see in a parent-in-law that will make you tag them as difficult? I can see some people on YouTube as well. Please say something. If you're on Facebook, you can say something, not just on Instagram. Somebody said regarding childbearing. Okay. Mide, can you please tell us more about that. What do you mean when you say about childbearing? Somebody said, this is coming from Jenny O. She says, constantly scrutinizing everything you do. Nothing you do is ever right in their eyes. I love that. Somebody said, one of the things that you can see that you can see in a potential parent-in-law that could make you tag them as difficult is if and when they constantly scrutinize everything you do, when it looks like nothing you do is ever right in their eyes. Thank you, Jenny, for saying that. Hey, I've got someone special here. Akoni Alaga. Thank you for joining me, my brother. God bless you. Mommy Luca is here, ladies and gentlemen. For those that just joined us, our conversation tonight is about how do I recognize or navigate my way around difficult in-laws. And when we're talking about difficult in-laws, we're not just talking about parents of the Okoyawo. We're not just talking about parents of the Okoyawo. We're talking about parents on both sides. It could be parents of the bride, it could be parents of the groom. And I was asking a question. I said, what could you say? Please say something. I love when people talk. Remember that you can also call me on this show. You can call my phone directly on +44 7828 500938. You can call me on that number, or you can send me a voice note if you're busy. You know, some people are busy, they're quite busy. So you can send me a voice note on +44 7828 500938. Some people don't have the time to type. They just want to talk. You can send me a message, a voice note, and I will play it. Everybody will hear it. We can learn from you. I said, what are the things that you can see in a potential parents-in-law? Maybe you went to visit them, or you've been to their house or for a few times before you marry, and you can spot and say, hey, these ones, now wow, they're going to be difficult. Remember, I'm not saying bad. I said difficult. Sometimes being difficult does not necessarily mean that they are bad. It could be their own ways of doing things. Thank you, Akoni. She said it's so nice to be here. Akoni, I want to hear from you. You're a married man, you can tell me. And then also, Mommy, I could hear, hey, Mommy Eluyemi is here. Thank you so much for joining. Mommy Joanna Luko, thank you so much, ma'am. And Mommy said it could be siblings, aunties, or uncles. Yes, thank you, ma. Thank you so much. I love that. I love the fact that Mommy is able to, you see, when I'm talking about in-laws as well, I'm not just restricting it to parents alone. In fact, some parents are quite easy to, you can navigate your way around some parents, but some siblings to the spouse could even be more difficult than the parents. That's what Mommy John look on. Just draw my attention to. Thank you, Mommy. This is why I miss you when you're not here. It could be parents-in-law. It could be siblings of the spouse. It could also be other members of the family, not necessarily parents. So let's bear in mind that when we're talking about in-laws here, we're not restricting it to mother, father alone. It could be the siblings, it could be the cousins, it could even be other members of the family. Yes, so please let's make it clear. It could be auntie, it could be anyone. So how do you know? Let me read. Mide said maybe the attitude and their characteristics. Okay. Akani says when they don't take their eyes away from little things, most of them find issues in little things. You know that what Jenny O said earlier, a young lady just said something like I said, when they keep scrutinizing everything you do, anything you do like this, they must scrutinize it, then that's difficult. That's really difficult. Then Mommy Luca said sometimes the way they interrogate if you don't feel welcome and if you don't feel welcoming. Interrogation, yes. There's a way that they interrogate you. You're visiting them for the first time. They start asking you some questions that make you extremely uncomfortable. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that they shouldn't ask questions, but at least, come on now. There are certain questions that they can ask somebody that the person will almost want the ground to open, and you want to enter into it. And also sometimes as well, the way and manner with which they throw the questions at you could also make it look like they are difficult. I have someone that I know, and then when the daughter-in-law visited for the first time, that was the first thing she said to the girl. And I know this person is not a bad person. She just loves to play tough. The girl nearly entered ground. The girl was like, what is it? What does she really want? Is she asking for my name? Is he asking for where I come from? I don't even know. The girl was like, Oyemima. You know, that kind of thing. So I understand when they kind of, you know, ask you some very funny questions. Jenny Ho says they are they gatekeep their child, siblings, and if they believe you are stealing them by marrying them. Ooh, I love that. You know, that's another thing that you can see in a potential in-law that could make you know that they are difficult. When they gatekeep their children or the family that you're about to marry. It's my brother, I don't know it to my brother, I don't want you near my brother, I don't want you near my sister, I don't want you, and they gatekeep them, and they like, oh, this one has come to steal my brother, this one has come to steal my son, this one has come to steal. They make you look like you have come to I hope you're not going to take my son away from me. You know, that kind of thing could really, really be a serious thing to have a look to make it look like they are difficult. Thank you, Joyful Noise. She said, when the parents don't give you attention, you know, when they just don't care whether you're there or not. Thank you so much, ma'am. I appreciate that. Joyful Noise. Thank you. Thank you, Lee Updated. Thank you so much. Mommy Elizabeth Odeja, you said, when they don't know their boundary. Thank you, Mommy. God bless you, ma'am. There must be set boundaries. You know, we're talking about, for those that just we're talking about difficult in-laws, how to spot them, you know, what to look out for to know that these in-laws are going to be difficult. Please bear in mind, I didn't say bad. I did not say bad, because sometimes the fact that somebody is difficult does not necessarily that they are bad. So I'm asking for the thing that you can see in potential in-laws. And when I say in-laws, I mean parents in-laws, siblings in-laws, nephews, or a particular family that you're about to marry into. It could be that a lot of people have been saying a lot of things, you know, when they scrutinize you, when they don't take their eyes off your thing, when they gatekeep their child as if you want to steal their child away from them. Memeli says sometimes it could be the husband's friend who will be difficult. Hey, I'm already not too bad. Mommy Odeja said, when they don't know their boundaries, there has to be set boundaries. Okay, we're going to move on from this one. We're going to say somebody is sending me a request. Let me see if I can accept this person. Because Instagram are funny by me. Multi-press accepts you, but I don't seem to see the person. Remember that you can send us a request to join this show. You can join me live, or you can send me a voice note. Maybe you have an experience or you have an advice that you can give to somebody regarding this show. Please remember that you can always do that on my mobile number +44 7828 500 938 +44 7828 500 938. If you accept them, maybe I will take you out and then send you a request 23284. Okay, please 23284. Kindly exit, then I will send you a request. I don't know what's going on. Please send us requests. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on from that particular conversation. Everything we'll be talking about is what you can see in someone or a potential in-law that could make them look like they are difficult. You know, the example I was citing earlier about one auntie that I know that was always, you know, I don't know why. Let me remove her and then add that back. It's not even allowing me to remove her. Can you remove yourself, sis, and I'll add you back? Sorry, people. I'm trying to accept this person. Oh dear. Instagram, it's not allowing me to remove her either. Okay, so you have to remove yourself, then I will add you. Toyin 3284. Yeah, please remove yourself and I will add you back. It's not allowing me to remove you. Okay, let's move on to the next thing. You know, having seen that, is it still advisable? Okay, should I go like this? What can you do at that stage? If you discover who they are before marriage, what are the things that you can do to navigate your way around them? Remember that we are not talking about the spouse. We are talking about the family members. What can you do if you realize and you have seen and it's obvious, you know, this person or this family, they have all the characteristics that we have discussed here tonight. They don't know boundaries. They see you as if you are stealing their children. They always, go beyond their boundaries. They, they don't have respect for what you and your spouse is doing. They look at you as if you want to steal their son or their brother away. What are the things that you can do? Facebook people, only Instagram people are talking. Facebook and YouTube have not heard from you. Please say something. So what can you do? What can we do? What advice will you give to somebody that find themselves in that situation? What can you do? Please, let's say something. I want to hear from you because I have, I always have my own contribution towards the end. I don't want to always be the one talking first. I want to hear from you people first before you say. Somebody said vocalize your concern in a respectful manner. Thank you, Jenny O. When you say vocalize your concern in a respectful manner, to who? Mide is also saying the same thing. Mide says, say how you feel. Should we say how we feel to them directly, or how do we vocalize our concern? How do we vocalize our concern? Please, people, am I hearing somebody? People, remember that you can send me a voice note. You can call 7828500 plus 447828500938. Okay, mommy said be nice to them. Mommy Joanna Lukon, she said be nice to them. Am I hearing somebody's voice? Has this person coming? I can't see the person, but I think I can hear voices. I was trying to accept someone earlier. I'm not sure if I've got the person in, but I could hear voice. Mommy said be nice to them, speak to your partner and pray. Thank you, ma'am. Yes, approach them politely. Approach them politely. You mean them, okay. This one are saying approach them politely. They're saying vocalize your feeling. They are Gen Z, so they're not like our age where we will just be keeping quiet. We won't talk. Gen Z ni won. But see, in our own days, who born you? Joe, I don't like what you're doing, or I don't like who bought your mother-in-law to be and say, Mama, back in our own days, we are always so shy, we are always so afraid. But thank God for this generation, they will talk. Hello? Hello? Yeah, I've accepted the person and I can't see the person. No. I can't see this person, but I can hear their voice. Oh gosh, I can hear the person, but I can't see her. Okay, if you can hear me, if you can see me, can you guys hear someone talking? But me, I can't see the person. I think I can hear the person definitely, but I can't see the person. Can you see anybody? Can everybody see can you see my guest? Can you see the person that came into the show? If you can see them, can I hear you say yes? Because me, I can't see them all. I can only see myself. Instagram, Tiyawo. Instagram, go nuts. I can't see the person. Wow. Okay. No, I can't see the person. Anyways, let's just keep on with our conversation. Don't let us be distracted, because I could definitely hear the person, but I can't see them, and it's not on my phone, so definitely it will be somewhere here. Okay, they said not really, they can't see the person. Instagram okay, come up back with so let's keep going with our conversation. Now, my next question has been that, okay, what do you do? People say you can vocalize. Well, okay, the screen is split, but no one is there on the screen. And I can't even see the split screen here. And I don't want to go and touch something that will now end I can't see the split screen. I can't see. Remove. Okay. Oh. I can't see. Anyways, so somebody said the partner should talk to their parents regarding it. Thank you. What people have been suggesting is to vocalize your feelings, let them know how you feel, And I think, I think the best way to go about letting them know how you feel is speak to your spouse. Speak to your spouse, whether the man or the woman. Remember that I said this is not just peculiar to, it's very common, to mothers of groom. It's very common, but there are some very, very mean and difficult mothers of the bride as well, or family of the bride. It's not always about, don't mind them, not always. There are times, there are instances that the spouse, the bride's family can also be very, 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 very difficult. So it's not always about the group. Okay, people, now let's talk about other things that we can do apart from vocalizing. I think, like we said, the best thing is to speak to your spouse about it. So let me ask again, what if the spouse is not helping? What if the spouse doesn't see anything wrong in it? What can you do at that point? If the spouse does not see anything wrong in it, what can you do about it? If the spouse does not agree with you, or your partner does not agree with you, what can you do about it? Because sometimes this person, in fact, the more you complain, the more the person will even say, what do you mean? My family, they are not done anything now. That's how we are in our family. That's who we are in our family. So what do you do in that situation? What do you do if you're yet to be married to them? And what do you do if you're already married to the family? Because sometimes we see these things. Some people are lucky enough to see this problem before marriage. Some people are not lucky enough. They will not see it until after they've been married. What can you do? Somebody said, sometimes, if not yet married, the best decision is to run. Jenny said, run for your darling life. Run for your beautiful life. Honestly speaking, if it is getting to a point that you know that, because eventually that might be the cause of the crash of the marriage. If you notice that, these people are not willing to change you, and I'm speaking to my spouse about it, he doesn't see anything wrong. It's even worse when your spouse doesn't see anything wrong about it. Most likely, if your spouse hears about it and is able to fix it, that's fine. But if your spouse does not see anything wrong in it, you're going to have to help yourself out. And if you're yet to be married to the family, I'm also supporting the opinion that you should probably run for your dear life, because they're going to be the one that will eventually make that marriage end, whether you believe it or not. So it's better that you run for your dear life. If you notice that your spouse doesn't say anything wrong in it, or he refused to speak to his parents about it, so you can definitely run. You can definitely run for your dear life. Okay, let's look at other things. That one can do apart from running, apart from speaking to the let's look at other things. Please bring it up, people, bring it up. I'm just waiting for another 2, 3, 5 minutes before I bring up my own my point that I wrote down here, so that we can discuss about it all together. So please, let's do it. I wrote some points here. I'm trying to bring out my points. 1 second. Trying to bring up my points. Thank you. How did I write this thing? Jesus. One second, guys. I'm trying to bring out my points. Oh God. Network. Somebody said counseling. Somebody said try to get your partner to put themselves in your shoes. That's good. It's good to get your partner to kind of understand where you're coming from. Let them look at things from your perspective. Try to convince them to kind of listen to you and put themselves in your shoes. It's so important. Somebody said counseling. Okay, maybe. I don't know, but I don't know who should go for counseling. Is it them or the partner? Is it you yourself or the family? Because I'm sure that definitely on this situation, I don't think the family will be willing to follow anybody to any kind of counseling. Okay, let me bring up all the things that I wrote down here. Remember that we're talking about. Are we still here, people? Let me know if you are here. Only 2 people are talking. Where's everybody? Let me know that you're here, please. The some of the things that I see as major issue here that I wrote down, that you can explore in order to help yourself in this situation is: number one, you need to understand the root of this problem. What's the root? What's causing it? Why are they like that? Sometimes, is it because that's who they are? Is it because of that's who you are? They said both of them can go for counseling. Mommy Joanoluko, did you mean the spouse or the parents? Because the problem here, remember, is not the spouse, it's not the couple. The problem here is the in-laws, maybe the parents or the siblings or what have you. So when we are saying that they could go for counseling, are we referring to the couple or the parents? How do we get it right here? We can to me, I think number one thing, okay, the couple, they can go for counseling, okay, on how to handle those difficult in-laws, okay. Oh, okay, ma. Okay, I'm taking that on board. I never thought about that, actually. To be honest with you, I never thought about that. We need to actually, number one, understand the roots of the problem. Why are they like that? Is that who they are? That's me looking at what I wrote down here. Why are they like that? Is that who they are? Is that how they normally are to everybody? Or is it just me? Mommy Joanoluko said, but all the problems can be investigated during counseling. Okay, ma, that makes sense. So, number one, like mommy said as well, sometimes I think the major thing is you can actually try and find out the root of this problem. Why is this woman like this? Why is this family like this? Why are they like this? Because sometimes if we know the reason why people are doing certain things, it will be easier for us to be able to find solution to that thing. First of all, find out, why is this person like this? Is this person always like this to everybody, or is it just me, that they are like this too? You can, if you find out that they are like that to everybody, that could help you feel a little bit relieved that, okay, it's not as if they hate me, this is who they are. But if they're not like that to everybody, they're like that to you particularly, then you begin to ask other questions. Why are they like this to me? And all of that. And some of the common reasons why in-laws may be difficult could be cultural differences. Okay, is it because I'm not from that part of the world? Is it because I'm from another part of the world? Or is it because I expect things to happen certain way and it's happening this other way? Is that why I think that they are difficult? Is it religious difference? Is it cultural difference? Because this thing that we're talking about here, sometimes you might even be the problem. I don't know if we admit. For example, there's a saying in Yoruba that the way we operate in our own family may be forbidden in another person's family. So when you now come to that family and you brought your own tradition and mentality, yes, that you brought into this family, and they're not doing things that way, it could make it look like, these people now are for them. What's that? Where I'm coming from is nothing, it's no big deal. It could be sometimes as well, it could be because you yourself have set for yourself unrealistic expectations. It could be some people come into a particular family and the expectation is so high. My family, the parents are going to be like this certain ways, and the moment they are not that way, you start thinking that they are difficult. It could be, but in a situation where you have checked and you said that that's not the situation, then you know that it's not you. They are not the problem. They are the problem. It could be the differences in upbringings, and what you see as values may not even be value to them. It could be the way everybody is brought up. For example, the way you are brought up in our own family is different from the way you are brought up. Then it could be the impact of generational gaps. It could be that these people have just formed an habit over the years. Yes. Some people are coming to a particular family now. Yes, thank you, Mommy Luko. In the value that you come and you're wearing mini skirts or you're wearing ripped jeans, but in this family they think Nibo Lotirala Kisa. Where is this one coming from? You know, sometimes it could be that, not necessarily that they are difficult. That's what they believe in. You know, in that situation, you have to attempt. You have to kind of tread softly and make sure that you let them understand that, well, this is who I am. And I think in this situation, my own advice is that the spouse should have prepared the mind of his family and say, hey, one bill. Ó ṣe ti girlfriend mi máa dé àbí síyàwó mi máa dé bẹ̀tẹ̀ máa ranjú mọ́ tẹ́lẹ̀ máa kí fún o kò ṣe ó ṣọmọ burúkú o the fact that ó wọ miniskirt ẹ má bu ẹ má ṣe iṣẹ́ mọ́, you know, sometimes you have to prepare your family in advance for what to expect and what not to expect from your spouse. If you know the kind of family you have, please prepare their mind in advance so that when they see this person, their expectation is not so big that they will not let the person be. I was under a particular pastor's administration. The pastor said that before he got married, before he met his spouse at all, he's been telling his mom, Mommy, me marry you, me, I don't know who I'm going to marry yet. I don't even know who I'm going to be getting married to yet. But I'm telling you in advance, when my spouse come, he's not going to do this, she's not going to do this, she's not going to do this. So, because now that she will come, and if I support her, you will say that she has given me vegetable. Now I have not even met the person, and I've not even eaten any vegetable. So don't think that I'm already influenced or I've even eaten any vegetable. So sometimes it depends largely on the spouse to help your partner to navigate his way around the family. Then that brings me to my next point, which says the role of spouse in managing the in-laws relationship. A spouse is supposed to bridge the gap as a spouse. Bridge the gap. If you love your partner, bridge the gap. Help your partner to navigate around the family. If they are finding your partner always at fault, you are the one that will help them to understand that my spouse is not bad. And also, you are the one that will also help the spouse to understand that my parents, my family are not bad. It's you that see it that way. And let me give you an instance. For example, where we come from, when we are chatting, when we are gisting, generally, our voices are usually loud. Fish a cow. We are not, we're not fighting, but people say, why are Nigerians always shouting when they are talking? For somebody who is married into the family and is a Caucasian or from another part of the world where they talk gently, if that person comes into the family and you say, they are shouting at me, they're raising their voice at me, you have to tell them, no. We're not raising our voices at you. That's when we talk. You have to let them understand, or even let them understand in advance. In other words, what I'm trying to say here is the intervention of the spouse is very, very important. Help your spouse to find it easy relating with your family, and also help your family to finding it easy to relate with your spouse. Mommy Elizabeth Odejagi, I think she had left now. She said something earlier that is very, very important. She's talked about setting boundaries. You and your spouse also set boundaries. Please set boundaries from the beginning. I know that in where we come from, especially with those of us who are from Yoruba land, there are so many rules that guide, especially to the woman that is coming to mind to the family. There are so many rules that guide us. Is your call, no matter how small the person may be. No, tell them from the beginning. No, my wife is not going to be kneeling down for anybody that is younger than her in this family. My wife is not going to be calling anybody uncle or brother in this family. Let them know in advance. Prepare the mind, and also let your wife know that, look, the fact that I said you should not kneel down, the fact that I said you should not be doing certain things in this family does not make you to be rude. You have to respect my family. You have to put boundaries. Don't talk to my family anyhow. So helping to set boundaries depends largely on the partner, and it's going to help them both in the marriage. And also, you should know when to involve your spouse in the discussion versus handling issues independently. Sometimes we tend to say, because I don't want anybody to be rude to my spouse, then your spouse will also be putting mouth. There are certain things that do not let your spouse put mouth in certain things. Now remember that it's not just on the wife's side. For example, me as a woman, there are some things that I expect that my husband will not even will not even allow me to put mouth. He will sort it out without involving me. And also with my family, there are certain things that my husband I will not let him put mouth. Because if he puts mouth, what my family will see as insult from him, they won't see it as insult from me because I'm their child. They will listen to me. So I'll just say, sweetheart, stay out of this. I will sort it out. I will sort it out. I will not discuss certain things about my family with him in order to make life easy for both of us. And also the same thing I will not do to him. But in a situation where the spouse does not see anything wrong in your each other's family, you come and read, you know, when your family is I don't know what is being rude or insultive or disrespectful. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. When your family is being disrespectful to your spouse, you are the one that should step in. Do not leave them in a very compromising and difficult situation where they will be the one that will now go and be defending themselves. And when I'm saying disrespectful, thank you, M1, God bless you, says. Thank you so much for joining again. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. When your spouse is being respectful, whether the husband being respectful to the wife's family, or the wife's family being disrespectful to the husband's family, you should be the one that will step in and make sure that you put everybody under control. Be in the boundaries. Mommy, don't come here and insult my wife, and my siblings don't come here and insult my husband. I will not let it happen. And if possible, if and where possible, do it without the spouse saying it. But sometimes it can get to a point where the spouse needs to say it for reassurance that you're putting your foot down. No, don't disrespect my wife and don't disrespect my husband. Only God will help us. So then we have to look at it as well. Effective communication strategies. You have to learn to approach with calmness and respectfully. Do not just say, Mommy, I don't like when you're talking to my wife. In front of your wife. No. You can say, Mommy, please calm down. Can we see? Can I talk to you, Mommy? You can say to your wife, sweetheart, or you say to your husband, honey, please calm down. I'll come back to you. Please calm down. Take one of them away from the scene or from, wherever it's happening, and then come back to them. Everybody, where's everybody quiet? Can you hear me? If you can hear me, let me see a thumbs up. Let me see a thumbs up. I don't like when I'm the only one talking. I love people to tell me whether they can hear me or you agree with what I'm saying. Thank you, everyone. I can hear from you. A lot of people have been talking earlier, but everybody suddenly gone quiet. Sometimes when I'm talking, people are listening and they're enjoying the conversation and they don't talk. And, I just love to hear from you. Then there is power in listening and understanding their perspective as well. Don't you ever say, I don't want to hear you. I don't care. I don't care what happened. I don't want to hear it. Thank you, Mommy Luko. Don't you ever be like that. Listen to both sides. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Liam. Thank you, Jenny. Thank you for letting me know you can hear me. Listening is so important. A lot of times we get it wrong from the beginning by showing the person that, thank you, Mommy Joanna Luka. Don't you ever say, I don't want to hear nothing. I don't even want to listen. No. Listen, understand. There is power in listening. There is power in understanding their perspective as well. Whether your parents or your family's perspective or your spouse's perspective, it's going to help. Effective communication is very, very important. Then, when to involve your spouse in discussions versus handling issues independently. You can involve your spouse, but in a very careful way. Do not involve them when you know that things are really still hot. Then we can, like we said, set healthy boundaries. Be polite but be firm. Be polite, be firm. There's a difference between being rude and being firm. You're firm, Mommy Ejoma. With all due respect, ma'am, I don't want to be respectful in setting your boundaries. Some people are setting boundaries but in a very rude way. You're never going to achieve any results. You cannot be talking to your in-laws or and be talking and saying, Mommy, we don't want anybody in our house by 8 p.m. That's it. No, you can't do that. It's going to cause more trouble. You're going to put your spouse in more trouble. So what I'm saying here is set healthy boundaries without being disrespectful. Hey, Mama Adele is here, everybody. Clay Tree Money, thank you for joining us. So be polite and firm. Note the difference between being firm and being rude. Don't be rude, but be firm, be polite in setting boundaries. Teach your people from the beginning, from the onset, how to respect space. When it comes to parenting choices, financial matters, the way we run our home. When I say parenting choices, some parents-in-law will come and visit you and they will be telling you, I remember one time one of my mummies came here, not my real mom, my auntie. I lived with her, and she came from Nigeria to visit me, and she said, "Why would you cut she called it Grace Joan or something, whatever hairstyle for your son? Why?" She was telling me off. I'm like, "Mommy, this is my own son. Oh. Forget the time that we used to live with you, and you used to tell us not to cut that. This is my son." She said, no. Don't mind the. She's even my own auntie. It's not my husband's family. You know, so my husband was the mom was like, "Mommy, there's nothing wrong in it. Only everything is wrong with them." I'm like, you know, we had to laugh it off. But after I had the time, I spoke to her. I said, "Mommy, your parenting skill is different from my own. This generation is different from your own." So for those that are just joining us, we're talking about navigating ways around difficult in-laws, and we're not just talking about parents-in-law, we're talking about siblings, we're talking about family members, what we can do and we cannot do. We've talked about so many things. We've talked about the role of spouses in managing their relationship, effective communication strategies, setting healthy boundaries. That's what we're talking about at the moment. A lot of people have been saying a lot of things, what could go wrong, what could not possibly go wrong, and also we've been able to establish the fact that a particular spouse family or your in-laws are difficult does not necessarily make them bad. Because a lot of people think because they are not getting on with me, that means they are automatically bad. No. Sometimes what you see as difficult may be normal to them. You know, like a proverb that says, they don't mean any harm, but they're just difficult. That's where they are brought up. And sometimes they can be, you know, it can be strange to you. And once it's strange to you, you assume that they are difficult. Then we talk about the importance of consistency in enforcing your boundaries. A lot of times when you say something yesterday and you say something else today, they will not respect you. That's very, very important. Let them know your boundary from the beginning and let them keep to it. For example, if I just tell them this is the way you want things done, and tomorrow you change your mind, do you allow it? You keep disallowing it and allowing it, allow it today, you don't allow it tomorrow. You know, that kind of thing does not really, you know, it doesn't help. Then how to navigate situations where in-laws impose their beliefs on the couple as well. Sometimes parents, like the one I told you just now, my auntie was telling me, "Pay me but okay, hairstyle come for mommy." She was telling me the hairstyle that will come from my own son. Oh, hey, so they want to impose their own belief. By the 7th day, you're supposed to do this. No, you say, "Mommy, no, you don't do this that way. We are different from your generation. Please, in a very nice and polite way, you can get it sorted." Then now, it can get to a point where it gets toxic and manipulative. Remember that we're talking about difficult parents-in-law or difficult families of your spouse. Now that's a different one entirely. But when they now become toxic and manipulative, they take it from the level of difficult to the level of toxic and manipulative. You know, you have to definitely notice that they are now turning it to emotional blackmail and blah blah blah. You know, you need to protect your mental health in that one. You need to protect your emotional well-being. At that point, at that point, you may need to get some enemies. At that point, because I think one of the things that we are trying to avoid here is that I don't want them to also see me, or I don't want to, you know, deal with positive situation in a negative way. But if at that point you know that they are toxic, they are manipulative, it's going to affect your mental health, please feel free to get enemy. You can incur yourself some enemies in order for you to have, for your mental health to be intact. You know, at that point you can insist and say no, I don't care what happens. And then you can also seek external help, like mommy said. It could be counseling, it could be, you know, whatever. Just you can seek help, like mommy Olukon said earlier. You can seek counseling and say, this is what I'm going through in my family. How do I go about it? Then how to maintain peace and strengthen the family bond. Nobody wants scatter. I don't even know why. It has now become a norm that in-laws cannot get on. Hey, ẹgbà mi, àwọn àbúrò ọkọ, àwọn àbúrò ìyàwó, wọ́n bọ́kọ ṣorogún, ìyá ìyàwó. Why? How did we get to this point? How did our forefathers cope in the days where everybody used to be in the same compound? Tọ́mọ wà nínú agboolé kan tó yẹ pé ẹ̀gbọ́n á ṣèyàwó, àbúrò náà á ṣèyàwó. They will be doing things together. What happened? Even this one that we live far away from each other, we are so far away from one another, we are so far away from home, we don't get to see each other, maybe like once in 5 years. Like now, I can't remember the last time I saw my in-laws. You know, I can't remember the last time they saw me. And then this generation, we can't cope. Why? What happened? No, because Nigerian system, we are very community oriented, we're very family oriented. So what went wrong? You know, so we should be careful. We need to not go into that marriage with this mindset. I will not tolerate rubbish for any yoko. I will not tolerate rubbish from any baboko. Obviously, if it's getting toxic, yes, you can get to that point. But please, let us remember that we need to maintain peace, and then we need to strengthen family bond as well. Family bond is very important. It's so good. They said, is that marriage? You're not only marrying your spouse, it's the family too. Yes, you need to understand that you're not just marrying your spouse, you're marrying the family as well. Please put at the back of your mind that I am here for peace and not for, you know, we need to understand the importance of maintaining peace and strengthening family bond. Find ways to foster a better relationship with in-laws if you can, but as I said, not at the detriment of your mental health. Show appreciation and respect to build goodwill. When they do good, appreciate them, you know. One thing that, again, that we should not cut them off. Some people already cut them off before they even make them. Don't do that. Don't be like that. Come on now. Don't be like that. Thank you. Skin Touch Glow. Bully Sekad. Thank you so much. Only well done, my sister. I really appreciate you, ma'am. Please don't be like that. Let's remember that peace, it is easier to maintain peace than to maintain crisis. Peace is so good, you know, it's so nice, but obviously, as we said, not at the detriment of your, you know. Now this one, I want to say this on a last note. We know that our target is to maintain peace, is to maintain family bond, is to strengthen family bonds and all of that. Do not go into any relationship prior to the time you've already predetermined that family are coming, you want back. Family, I show money shege. I don't even care. No, don't do that. Go with positive mind. If things go wrong, as we have been saying from the beginning of this show, if you're just joining us, you can watch from the beginning. It's going to be on Instagram, on YouTube, and also on Facebook. You can watch from the beginning. We said a lot of things tonight, so because of time, please, you won't be able to go back into most of them. So now I want to say this on a final note. In as much as we want to maintain peace, in as much as we want to strengthen family bonds, and you don't want any negativity, if it's getting to a point where it's getting big deal, for example, you need to recognize when a relationship with in-laws is harmful to your marriage, is at the detriment of your marriage, or is getting to a point where, as I said, is affecting your mental health. Remember that you can reduce contacts without escalating family drama. Sometimes Yoruba ma tún pòwe wípé òkèrè. I love Yoruba so much. There is nothing in this world that you are looking for that you will not find a Yoruba proverb that will go with it. There is this thing that is said, wípé òkèrè ni ọmọ ìyá dùn, meaning sometimes you will appreciate your family members better if you relate with them from a distance. So in other words, what I'm saying tonight is, if it's getting to a point where you cannot help it, maintain distance, no be fights. Yoruba ni konile gbele ki ṣòdìyàn, meaning stay in your house, make I stay in my house. You know mean say me and you they keep malice and we dey fight. No. Sometimes it might be better to maintain a distance. Keep a distance. Keep people at arm's length. Love them from afar. If it's going to cause trouble for you, that might even help to maintain a better relationship for longer than saying, they're my family, I can't do without them, and you keep bringing them in. They're hurting you, they're hurting your family, they're hurting your home, they're hurting your marriage, they're hurting your children, they're doing shege pro max for you. No, it doesn't have to get to that. Limit or cut contact with them if possible. I know a lot of people that don't even get in touch with their family. I know that's the highest level or the peak, but if you're going to be in trouble, you can do that. Then reducing contact sometimes will help you not to get to a point of escalating the issue, the drama or whatever, and you also need to know there's also an emotional impact in distancing yourself from your in-laws. Remember that if you distance yourself from them, it also has its own impact. Don't forget. So if you can handle the emotion, If you can handle the emotion, it will be nice. But if you cannot handle the emotion as well, you have to think about it. Because I know people that cut tie with families and they can't even deal with the situation. So everything has consequences. But no matter what, the most important thing is for you, your emotional well-being, the well-being of your family, keeping your marriage intact. Don't put emotions to everything. Do things right. Try as much as possible to pursue peace rather than drama. Help yourself, but be sure that your mental health, the health of your family, the health of your marriage is most more important. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a great evening. Thank you so much for joining me on this show. For everybody that has said one thing or the other tonight, I don't take that for granted. I am super grateful. And if you join us toward the tail end of this show, it would be nice for you to go back to it. What we talked about tonight is navigating difficult in-laws, how to navigate your ways around difficult in-laws, whether you are a man or a woman. I always say difficult in-laws, we're not just talking about parents, we're talking about siblings, family members, extended and immediate family members. We've said a lot of things tonight. It would be nice for you to go back and watch it from the beginning. Thank you, Clatrimony. She said great topic and great advice. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for joining me, and thank you for that beautiful comment. As I always say to us on this show, I wish we could stay longer, but time is so fast. You know, like my people will say, oh man, when it is your esophagus, it's already started pulling us. So we need to go, people, ladies and gentlemen. By this time next week, by the grace of God, I'll be coming back again for another very interesting and intriguing topic. So, on this note, I want to say thank you so much, everybody. Money liar, liar, lao ma pade. Money liar, liar, lao ma pade. Ẹ̀yin ò ní forígún, èmi ò ní fẹsẹ̀ kọ. Mọ́tò yòówù ká lè wọ̀ kò ní forí sọ̀gì o. Láyọ̀ láyọ̀ la ó máa. Láyọ̀ láyọ̀ la ó máa pàdé. Láyọ̀ láyọ̀ la ó máa pàdé o. Thank you so much, everybody. Princess Crown, thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, Mommy Joanna Lucon. Thank you, Joyful Noise. Thank you, everybody. See you next week by the special grace of God. God bless you. Bye.
Best of traditional wedding. Gbogbo lólùfẹ́ fún etí rẹ̀. Best of traditional wedding. Ẹ̀bùn lóríṣiríṣi mélòó kì í ṣe wé. Best of traditional wedding. Kí lorúkọ ètò náà? Best of traditional wedding. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó tọ́ni lọ́gbọ́n. Best of traditional wedding. Ṣé ti gbọ́? Ètò best of traditional wedding ló lọ lọ́wọ́.
Ó yá kí bẹ̀.
Kí lorúkọ ètò náà? Best of traditional wedding. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó tọ́ni lọ́gbọ́n. Best of traditional wedding. Every Tuesday on Instagram. Every Tuesday on Facebook. 6 p.m. UK time. Every Tuesday on Facebook. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó fúnni lóye. Best of traditional wedding. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó fúnni lóye. Best of.
Thank you so much, everybody. See you next week by the grace of God. God bless you. Bye.